Yo, what is going on? It's your boy Asiago back at it again on 3 a.m. Thoughts. So, I was thinking about, what to talk about tonight, and I have a couple of things I would like to talk about, but this is one thing that's been kind of going on in my mind lately. And by lately, I mean pretty much all day. And I might have to do with the fact that my granny, she's getting a dialysis. She got admitted to the hospital today, and they're gonna do their little thing, and hopefully the whole shebang goes well. And it got me thinking. On this podcast, I'm pretty sure like a lot of times you guys have heard me like complain. I mean, okay, ranting is one thing because I really love to rant, especially about stupid things. I mean, it's kind of what I do. But I mean, when we get really down and dirty with it, man, like I complain. I complain too much. I mean, even if I don't, I still feel like I complain too much, man, because I get it. Many things that my family tends to do. I get it. It's annoying. Sometimes I can get very annoyed. Sometimes even pisses me off. Sometimes, and other times, I'm like, man, why the hell are they like this? Don't they understand this and that? But in reality, I feel like I'm a freaking bratty kid. Complaining all the time because hey, I gotta stop and realize that. I mean, in retrospect, I'm actually pretty damn blessed. Because hey, even though a lot of times I kind of antagonize them a bit, okay, well I say a bit, but sometimes I feel like it's a lot. But get this, they good people. They good people. My mom, my mommy, my auntie, my grandpa, my granny, my sister, my brother. And I mean I don't have a brother, but you get it. I'm saying everybody. They all good people. They all really good people. It's just I tend to complain a lot because I guess I've always been the kind of guy to get easily ticked off by things, by every little thing. Growing up, I had I've always had an anger issue. I've always been easy to anger, and as the years went by and as I started to mature, gain a little bit of control from there, and even when I started maturing spiritually, as a Christian, I learned how to really control that too. Hell, if through years of prayer and through years of just self-discipline and stuff like that, I'll come to a point to where I got a really good grip on it now. But that doesn't mean it can come out sometimes, especially when I'm ranting to a freaking microphone when everybody's asleep, and on a podcast, they're not likely to hear anything here, because they don't know what Spotify is, and they probably won't ever find this unless I tell them about it. But it's giving me the opportunity, and I'm gonna rant, not just rant, but I'm gonna freaking complain on here, and the thing about this podcast, it's kind of a it's kind of a personal journal that I'm releasing to the public. It's not a diary, because if it was a diary, you would not be hearing this right now. But it's a journal, personal journal that kind of track, again, I act as a journal. They kind of just journal down my thoughts, what I'm going through at the current moment and stuff like that. Just to kind of be a little audiobook for myself. Kind of like an autobiography. But anyways, reality, my family, they good people, and as many times as I complain, as I antagonize them, as I freaking just say they're annoying and all that kind of stuff, when we get really down and dirty, because they good people. I know I keep saying that, but that's what they are. They care, they love me, they care for me, and a lot of times, I really need reminders of that. Okay, consciously, I know that they love me. I know that they're always going to be there for me and stuff, but it's just a mixture of that. I don't really see them very often. I mean, I live in their house, but the thing is, it's just that they live downstairs, I live upstairs. I hardly ever come downstairs because, well, first of all, I hate the damn stairs. Second of all, by the time I come home, it's nighttime. Everyone's asleep, and I don't usually, go to bed until 6, and I wake up at noon when everyone's at work. And hell, and freaking even on my days off, I'm not even at the house. I'm freaking hanging out with friends, and on my days on, I'm at work all freaking day. So I don't really see them very often, despite living in their house. And then and then even come on the weekends, when I'm at, or Saturdays specifically, when I'm off and they're off too. Shoot, again, I'm either out with my friends, or I'm either asleep whenever they want to go do something. And it's not too often that we do get to do something, because hell, like they go to like freaking family events and stuff like that. I don't really feel like going to, and so I just either I come with them, take my car with me, and then just drive off after 10 minutes, or I just be like, nah, I don't really know that cousin all too well. It's been like 10 years since I saw her, so you maybe, nah, or I don't know. It's just some bull crap like that. But it's kind of a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff, and those are kind of like the bigger factors. But the other weekend, I finally got to go out disc golf with my dad. Now, here's a little story on that. So, that week, leading up to that weekend, man, I was just, I was at work, moving and grooving, as I always do every single day, moving those boxes around, grooving to my jams, it's all good. But then I heard this one song called, it's an old, like, I think late 70s, early 80s, it's an old song, it's called Cats in the Cradle. And damn, like, when I first heard that song, I was dancing to it because, it's a pretty catchy song. It's got a really groovy tune. But I really started listening to the lyrics one night because it was nighttime. The store was closed. When the store closes, it's perfect for me because it's already cool. It's already good enough that managers and supervisors hardly ever check up on me because they trust me enough. They get the job for me to get the job done. By myself. And you get what I'm saying. But shoot, I'm pretty much, and I work alone, like pretty much all the time. Now, sometimes I receive help, but most of the time I work alone, and that's fine with me because shoot, I like just being able to just work, really just have only like work related stuff on my mind, or have the music on my mind. You get how I am. Again, I appreciate when people come over and help, but I prefer to work alone. Like, again, I'm not saying I just want to work alone, or that I hate working with other people. I'm just saying that I prefer to be by myself because I could be in my own headspace all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, shoot, it was nighttime. Like I was like on like the last two pallets, shoot, and I'm over here just moving and grooving, and I was playing some lo-fi songs, and I was just playing them at almost max volume because I was like, man, shoot, this is a good time. I'm just by myself, just vibing while working. It was all good. But then that song came up, and damn, I started really listening to the lyrics. Damn, let me tell you, I almost broke down crying in the middle of my freaking aisle. Shoot, like, I don't remember the lyrics by heart. Well, I get it. Well, I'm thinking about it now, but like, I don't know all the lyrics by heart, but I remember while listening. Now, basically, the song is about, the artist, the singer. The song starts off with him, with his son, being born, and he's singing about that, and every so often in the song, like about like 10 or so years pass. So 10 years pass, to the second onto the second chorus, and he's talking about how his and how his son grows up and all that kind of stuff. So in the beginning of the song, it says his kid is born, he's beautiful and all that kind of stuff, but the dad, though, the artist, he's got a lot of work to do, so he has to catch a plane, go to a business meeting, he's got to do all this, he's got to get all this work done, so it doesn't really have a lot of time to see him. 10 years pass, it's the kid's 10th birthday, and he gets him a ball, and he's like, hey dad, can we go play catch? And he's like, oh, not today, I got too much work to do. And the kid was like, that's okay. And 10 more years pass, the kid grew up to be a man, and he's in college. And now this is where the twist comes in. Now that the kid is an adult, now he's got his own stuff going on, finally, the dad has time for him. He's like, hey, you're back from college, you want to spend some time? And he's like, nah, just give me the keys to the car and I'll be fine. And then even more years pass. And so now the kid, he's grown up to a man. He's got his own family. He's got his own house, his own business, drama and all that kind of stuff. And then the dad, I'm assuming, being an old man and all, calls him for one last time, and he's like, "Hey, you want to spend time with me?" And the man was, the kid was like, "Nah, I got the wife and the kids, I got this job, I can't, I can't do it, I can't see you right now, but it's nice talking to you." Damn, man, like, basically that's what the song is. It's that kind of little story, but damn, like, I started listening to it and truly listening to it with my, not just with my ears and my mind, but with my heart. And damn, like I, I shed a tear, and I was about to just break down bawling because I started relating the song to my life. And because I'm kind of going through the same thing. Well, except as a kid growing up, I've always had a good relationship with my parents. I mean, we've always gone to many places. We've gone, the what you call it, theme parks, movies, all the family shebangs. And we always spent time together. I had a lot of I have a lot of memories with them. So it's not like, my parents ever, pushed me to the side or anything like that for work or nothing. No, they always made time for me, and so I never had a problem there. But what the way I relate to the song is that, because I'm growing up here, and I got a job, and I got my own things to do. I'm a days off, and when everyone's asleep and all that, I do my own things, and pretty much, I'm developing a life of my own, amongst, living in their house. And shoot, I just started bawling, crying, because at that point, I couldn't even remember the last time I hung out with my father, or I couldn't remember the last time, I truly had a good conversation, with my parents, or even just spent time with my family, period. And damn, like, I was just, it really hurt me. Like, it hit me like a freaking train. Like, damn, like, for the rest of that night, for the rest of my shift, I was just completely disoriented. And damn, like, I couldn't do a thing about it. But I do remember coming home that night, and kind of, just sleeping, like, it was pretty hard to sleep. And so the next day, I went back to work, and that was still in my mind. Like, I just couldn't get out of my mind. And and when I can't get something out of my mind, you can see it on my face. You could definitely see it on my face. And if you ask me what's wrong, I'm not gonna explain it right away, especially if we're at work, because I don't like bringing personal stuff. I don't like bringing personal stuff up at work. But if you ask me, what was going on, I'm like, it's nothing. It's just nothing at all. And God, I just couldn't get that out of my mind. And so, like, literally, that night, because I actually ended up finishing early that night, and I can't, I went home. My parents were still awake. I was talking to them, and I was telling them about the song, and damn, like, I almost started crying in front of them. And thankfully, my dad was like, "Hey, I really understand. I really do understand what you're saying, and hey, you know what? Let's make some time. Let's you just play some disc golf in the morning." And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." Shoot, like, at that moment, it felt like a large weight, on my heart, which just lifted up. I felt so damn relieved, man. Cause shoot, it's amazing, what with spending even just a little bit of time with you, with your parents, with your loved ones, or whatever, could really do for you. Because hey, I'm not a loner anymore, and I'm certainly not alone, because I interact with people all the time. I'm always with my friends. I'm always, with my girl. I'm always with, all these people. But at the same time, it really comes down to the ones you truly love. And yes, I love my girl. I love my friends. They're all like family to me. But when it comes to my actual blood family, damn, like, that's something else. Like, that's just something else, man. And hell, it even makes me think about, think back to some that my youth pastor used to say. My youth pastor used to say something like, I'm trying to remember. As dysfunctional as your family could be, God has put you in your family for a reason. He's brought you into your family for a specific reason, man. And you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. Like, your family, you're stuck with them, by blood, by everything. Now you can walk away, you can run away, you can just not talk to them, for like forever, but you know you can't deny the fact that that's your fam, you know and I get it. Not everybody has the best relationships with their parents, and not everybody, has the best, situations with their parents. Shoot, I mean, I've talked to countless people in high school, at work, everywhere. Hell, even within my own bloodline, with my what's going on with my cousins, and all that. There's a whole lot of like negativity when it comes to parents sometimes, man. I completely get it. Like, I'm sympathetic. I get it. I completely understand your pain, because because in comparison, I've had the good life, but at the same time, I'm not that sympathetic, but I'm empathetic, man. Because I understand. It's something different. God, it's just something different. I get that not everybody has the best relationship with relationships with their families, but damn, it's truly a relief. It's truly a blessing when you can speak to them, when you can interact with them, and it's all good. Damn, like it was just something on my heart that I really wanted to talk about. Now back to the home. Now back to the main topic. My granny. Shoot. So, let's see. I forgot what exactly was wrong with her. Well, there was plenty of things wrong. Growing up, growing up, through the 60s, 70s, 80s, going onwards. My grandma has done a lot of stuff in her time. I mean a lot of stuff. Like literally, growing up in the 70s, sex, drugs, rock and roll, you freaking name it. She did it all. She did a lot of it. Now, when she got pregnant with my mom, things, she changed her ways real quick, because despite being the party animal my grandma was, she is surprisingly a very, very responsible, and very smart woman. As soon as she got pregnant with my mom, she said, nope, that's it, stopping everything. This child comes first. And damn, and pretty and through the 80s and the mid 90s, she, damn, like you would never expect, this was the same woman. Or at least, I'm getting all this from the stories, she's telling me. Obviously, I wasn't alive in the 80s or in the mid 90s. Hell, I was born in 98. But you get it, right? But damn, like, I'm and by the time my mom, she's, by the time she got pregnant with me and she moved out with my dad, that's whenever my and two, my mom's brother, my uncle Chris, he I think, okay, the story's not entirely clear on that, because, well, I don't think they never told me the full story, but I do believe that my uncle Chris ended up living, with his biological father. So that left my grandma pretty much by herself, and same thing with my aunt. They all moved, and after that, my grandma, not having the responsibility of a child or anything like that anymore, she kind of just went back to her ways. And I remember growing up as a kid, she would a lot of times she would watch over us, but she would also get into a lot of trouble. I mean, obviously not with me and my sister around, while she's babysitting, but I mean, time and time again, I would hear about it from my parents, from my uncles and my aunts and all that. Shoot, again, after her parenting duties were over, she went back to doing a whole bunch of shiz, junk, all that kind of stuff, and it was just a total mess. And hell, she even got into jail, yeah, she even went to jail for a little bit, and well, not for a little bit. It felt like maybe a couple of years. And I think back in I think in 2011, 2012, somewhere around there, they finally let her out, and I think she went in 2009. So it was a few years, but shoot, damn, and when she got out of jail, she had kind of an awakening. She really wanted to change her life. So she started going out with this one dude, who eventually led her to the church that we go to now, and which would plant a seed to all of us, and we would also change our lives, turn to the Christ and all. But anyways, So through the years, my grandma's done a lot of stuff, and it's all catching up to her body. Hell, even like in the early '80s, she developed I think type 2 diabetes, and so she's been living with that. Oh, and she lost a kidney. Well, not lost a kidney. Only one of her kidneys is functioning well now. And it has been, for decades. And there's always that impending, doom hovering over her, and I've been aware of it, for as well for decades, and it's always been a scary thought. But since nothing really ever happened, I never really, I never really, kind of what you call it. I never really took consideration of it. I for most of the for the most part, I actually just kind of forgot about it. But then come this year, 2020, things really started getting serious, man. Like, shoot, like, so her feet have been swelling up. A bunch of fluid, a bunch of blood, or whatever. Has been going through her feet, and she could barely walk, which is a problem because where she works, she has to walk a freaking lot. And damn, and most of the time, she can't get up. She's she's starting, to kind of like, act her age in a way, and it's kind of scary, because look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so far, the only freaking family member that I have like lost, that I truly even cared about and cried over, was my dog. Like, was my first dog, who died last year in July. And I couldn't even bear the pain of that. But this is my grandma we're talking about, and this is 2020. We all seen the freaking crap 2020 is just shouting us. Now I'm saying, man, please, 2020, please, of all things, come on. You've taken away so many people. You've done all this crap. Please, I beg of you, do not take her. And that's all I can think about. Because, man, with all the bad stuff going on, as much as I don't want it to happen, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets taken away, because she's getting put on dialysis right now. She's getting put on dialysis. She told me that, like, I think half the people that go through that, make it out alive. Now, I mean, she's probably gonna make it, but at the same time, I'm just scared, man. I'm just real scared. Which goes back to, to me thinking, thinking about this, and I'm like, I really do complain a lot, when it comes to family and stuff. They may a lot of times they may act dysfunctional. A lot of times, they may press my buttons and stuff. But at the same time, hey, man, I'm freaking blessed here. Hey, with all these people, they're related to me by blood, who are so close to me, who care about me so much, who love me so much, and I do the same for them. And I'm over here just being a jackass, and it's, it made me feel like a jackass, and it doesn't feel good, And so, I'm over here, trying to keep a more positive mindset, when it comes to them. Because, hey, I rant about a whole bunch of things. I rant about, pretty much everything. And you guys know this because, if you heard my past episodes, I've complained about pretty much everything. But, when it comes to family, I gotta be more appreciative. Because hell, my birthday passed, as I explained in the last podcast, and usually I never been a really big. Well, when it comes to my adult life, I've never really been too crazy about birthdays, because I'm like, well, I mean, hey, it's just another year. Hey, cool. I mean, sure. I mean, I don't care if you give me anything, because I can just buy. Because I could buy anything whenever I want, any time of the year. So, the receiving part of birthdays, it doesn't really excite me no more. But then, I every year I keep on forgetting, the family interaction, the cake, the everything. And the reason why I point out the cake is because my grandma would always bake us a cake. But this year she didn't bake me a cake, which kind of scared me, because, like, well, I mean, obviously she had to work, but at the same time, like, I'm like, please, 2020, please, God, please don't tell me that, the very last cake I would ever have for my grandma would be from 2019. Please, please, let us keep her. at least to celebrate one more birthday with her, because her birthday comes up in November. I want to at least spend one last birthday with her before she goes. Like, damn. And I hope she doesn't go, because damn, like, there's just so much that, I want to ask her. There's just so much that I want, there's so much time. I just want to catch up with her. And it's funny how, you have all this time, when we're alive, to really, touch base and, interact with these people that we love. But it's only when death is around the corner that, we get all like sentimental, that we get all freaking, eager to, to spend time with them. And as I see in all those damn memes on Facebook all the time, hey, there's gotta be, I gotta come to a point to where, I gotta spend time, with my fam. I gotta be excited for them when they're alive. And hell, and if my grandma makes it, for real, I'm gonna spend more time with her, and I'm gonna definitely make sure that I complete that little cookbook of hers with all her recipes and stuff, because damn, I definitely don't want that dying either, and I definitely don't want all her wisdom dying either. And shoot, like, she's, plus, I mean, I love her. Like, I grew up with her, and even when she went to jail and came out, like, there was just, I spent so many years with her, man. Like, God. I'm damn near crying right now. Cause damn, like, and two, I want to spend more time with the fam now, and I have been too, watching movies with them, just talking with them, having conversations about whatever. And hell, even when my birthday came around, it was me and my girlfriend, we were talking, to my parents, to my grandparents, and all of them, and it was a great time, And again, I spend so much time with people all the time. I spend time with friends, coworkers, customers, at work. I spend time with my friends like every single day that I'm off. I spend time with my girlfriend, any chance I can get. I spend time, with so and so, all the damn time. But when it comes to my fam, I really do need to give them as much time as I do, as everybody else. It's, damn, man, it's really hitting my heart right now. And and if they do ever, listen to this recording, if they do ever, find it, listen to it, I just want to say I'm sorry, for just being, again, a jackass. I just apologize, firmly, because I keep forgetting how special you actually are. I mean, it's easy to call freaking somebody online, freaking on the Facebook comments. It's easy to call them, idiots. It's easy to call them, annoying, stupid, and all that kind of stuff. It's easy to get mad at them, and just completely dismiss them as a human being. But I gotta stop doing that to my own family. Now, I'm probably not being, that crude to them or anything like that. But again, it just feels like that. It just really feels like that. And I just want to say I'm truly sorry. Damn. But you know what, though? Things have been looking up. So far, things have been looking pretty up. So I'm really hoping, and I'm praying that my grandma makes it. I want to spend more time with her too. Because aside for being one of my favorite grannies, she's also probably my coolest granny. Like, damn, like, let me tell you about, man. Like, she's into all that Harley Davidson motorcycle stuff. She listens to classic rock. Freaking, she's my cool grandma. And hell, even as a kid, we gave her the nickname Grandma Cool, because I sure see it. She's all cool. And hell, I mean, she's kind of influenced, how I actually, turned out to be, being a freaking long-haired hard rocker, shoot, like, and I love her, and I don't want to lose her, man. I want to be satisfied with the time I've had with my grandma. I want to be at least satisfied. May God give me the chance. Well, anyways, So this was the first segment of this tonight's podcast. The next segment will definitely be a little more lighthearted. So stay tuned. All right, let's go. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up? I want to take a moment to give a shout out to Anchor. Now, it's a free app with many creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone and computer. Now, the great thing about Anchor is not only is it free, but also it will distribute your podcast for you. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more websites, which is awesome for me because I know a lot of people that use Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So just knowing that my 3 a.m. thoughts can be heard on their favorite listening sites, it's all Gucci here, man. So it can also make money from your podcast as well with no minimum listenership. And it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Thank you very much. Let's go. Damn! It took a long time for that last freaking segment the process, because damn, it took a long time for the process because of how heavy it was. Hot damn. But anyways, here we are, second part. I was gonna actually originally just talk about this and then just talk about some other random stuff afterwards, but again, that first thing was really on my heart. But here we go, second part. Okay, so okay, what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, so I know in the last podcast I was talking about that I was gonna buy all this stuff, some special Switch controllers, a brand new cool looking Xbox controller, a couple of games, and a freaking game recorder. So I can start recording, me just playing random games, recording like hour long or so segments and posting my podcast onto YouTube. And here is the thing about that. Let's just say I kind of thought against it, because I was like, it was just an idea. I don't necessarily have to go through with it. And, well, let's just say, when my last paycheck came around, I got a bonus, I got some birthday money, and so I had quite a bit of freaking cheddar cheese, if you know what I mean. And so, and for a while, actually, ever since last Black Friday, last Black Friday, I got my PS4, I got a whole bunch of games with it, got my special controller to go with it, and, I was all set, and I was like, hey, and I told myself, hey, you know what, a year from now, for next Black Friday, I'm getting myself a PSVR, I don't care if it's on sale or not, I'm getting it, I'm gonna get it by that time. And, well, let's just say, well, first of all, Black Friday is kind of canceled, for 2020. Now, I mean, well, for the most part, it's canceled because, first of all, it's September and we had not got a single Black Friday item. And second of all, Walmart kind of made the announcement that hey, we're not going to be open on Thanksgiving. We think that in the midst of the 2020 pandemic, maybe our associates should be spending Thanksgiving with their families, and not over here working at the Walmart and working on a Black Friday, so. And so, there is no Thanksgiving, we're not working Thanksgiving, which is also the Black Friday. So there is no Black Friday going on. Although I do imagine that somehow they're going to go around and say like, oh, well, you don't have to come to the store for Black Friday, but if you order, all this stuff for cheap, it will come to your house or you can come pick it up or some crap like that. I don't know. But anyways, so bottom line, there is no freaking Black Friday this year. And I had all this cash now, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna buy it, 2 months earlier than expected. Hey, I'm gonna buy myself a PSVR. Now, the reason why I have taken this long to actually get it was because, okay, so buying PSVR is just as much as buying a console. So, like, I mean, pretty much, even in the process of buying it, anticipating myself up, hyping myself up for, for getting and all that. It has its own, like, exclusive games for it and stuff like that. That's essentially what it is. It's like buying a freaking console, and the price definitely reflects it. Because, oh my god, $4 no, well, not 40, $400 for a damn unit. Okay, so the actual unit itself was about $350. Added my added my discount. Hey, I got a pretty good deal. And hell, I even bought a game with it. Actually, shoot, yeah. So what I got was $350. Or was it $350 or was it $390? I don't really remember too much. Let's see. Well, either way, it was in that price range, $350, $400. That's a pretty big price range. Ugh. Yeah, especially when you hadn't saved all too much prior to buying it. But again, I had a bonus. I had freaking whatchamacallit, birthday money, and I made sure that I pay off all my bills and stuff, afterwards then, and I still had plenty of money left over. Had, just enough cash to where I was like, hey, you know what? It's better if I take this chance now than later. Bam, I'm gonna buy it now. Shoot, and what I got, it was a big bundle. It was it included the VR headset, and it included the camera, the freaking the PlayStation Move controllers, not just one but two of them, which which really does come in handy, and it came with the Iron Man VR. So I'm excited. I'm still excited to play that, and I've had it for let's see, I've had it for almost a week now. So I bought it on Friday. Yeah, I bought it on Friday, so again, still almost a week, but you know what I mean. But anyways, so damn, shoot, I was just so excited, but damn, I don't know if any of y'all saw Assassination Classroom, but damn, after buying the bundle, the extra game, and all the $20 VR games I could find on the freaking internet, shoot, I was like that one scene in Assassination Classroom where Cora Sensei spends all that money basically pimping out this damn this damn freaking AI, AI robot. It looks all cool, looks all nice, but then he holds up a freaking coin. He's like, "Well, money's gonna be pretty tight." Yikes! Oh man, so that's pretty much how I was. I was like, "Well, it's cool that I finally have it and all, but it looks like things are gonna be a little tight for the next paycheck." Yikes! It's also funny because I say yikes all the time now. But anyways. But damn, but is it so worth it though? Is it so damn worth it? And so far, I only played one game. There's a reason for that. Because, well, first of all, on my days off, again, I spend time with my fam. I spend time with my friends and stuff. And plus, for the past couple, and two, work gets in the way. And by the time I come back from work, I'm doing other things like binge watching YouTube or anime or other kind of stuff, or I'm playing different consoles. But damn, let me tell you what, I was so excited when I finally got home, and I brought the system home. And I unboxed it, set it up, and hell, I was ready to play. But then come to figure out that the freaking PlayStation Move controllers, were out of battery. They weren't normally, when you buy things, the controllers or whatever would become pre-charged, but it would only be charged halfway. And what I noticed was this was the same PSVR set that I've been seeing in the electronics cage for quite a few months now. Yeah, it's been there for quite a few months, long enough to where, hey, the pre-charged batteries would just lose their battery, because they've been there for so long, just being inactive. And so I was like, freaking. And it turns out the PlayStation Move controllers, they take 5 hours to charge. I mean, thankfully it gives you 10 hours of playtime, but 5 hours to charge. And I was like, damn. And the thing about all these PSVR games is that they're actually pretty small. They pack a punch, but they're pretty small to download. So it didn't take long for Iron Man to freaking load up. And I was like, damn, what am I gonna do now? Freaking, what am I gonna play? Shoot. But I had a couple of other games too. I bought let's see, on that same day I got Resident Evil 7. That game in itself is not a VR game, but on the PS4 it's got a VR mode. Ooh, I'm gonna more on that in a second. And the other game, shoot, there's quite a few games that I bought for the system. I forgot what the other game that I bought for the VR that day was, But damn, like I bought quite a few of them. One of them was Batman Arkham VR. Freaking got Blood and Truth. I got Skyrim. Originally, I was gonna get Skyrim on the Switch or the Xbox, but I thought, you know what? I've been wanting to play this game for a while. I have a VR headset now. Why not just get fully immersed into the game? Shoot. But anyways. But the Iron Man game, it freaking required, it requires those damn PlayStation Move controllers, and unless I'm willing to wait the full 5 hours for the damn controllers to charge, I wasn't gonna be able to play that night. And damn, and the thing about the PSVR is that you really do need like a low light setting to play it in. Now, it's not impossible to play in a regularly lit room, but the way it works is that, the PSVR has got all these lights on it. Now, it makes it look cool, but that's not the reason why they're on there. The reason is so the PlayStation camera can track, it tracks the lights and it lets the VR headset know, or it lets the game know, like, where you're turning and how things are going. Hell, that's why the big old balls of light on the end of the damn Move controllers are a thing, because it's doing the same thing. And it's pretty crazy how it works. But the problem is that, like, if there's too much light, in the area, it's gonna pick up that instead. And I don't know how that looks yet, but damn, I'm assuming it would look pretty glitchy. And and okay, so. And that leads me to another thing. Sorry if I'm stuttering a bit, but the first time before getting this headset, how I was playing VR games before was, with my boy Preston. I would be going over to his house, with the guys, and we'd be playing like Super Hot and other games on his headset. He's got an Oculus Quest. I don't think it's a Rift. I think it's an Oculus Quest, and it's pretty damn fun. It's pretty damn fun to use. But the thing is that, like, I think it's $100 more than the PSVR. What else? That was my only like vendetta against it. It was more expensive, and of course that sucker's got a lot of games, but not a lot of games that I actually knew about, actually know about and stuff like that. And plus my friends kept on making all these counter arguments like, hey, why don't get the PSVR? It's got less games. And I'm like, well, I mean, if 500 games, is a small library, then I don't know, man. And plus they're like, oh no, get it for PC, and I'm like, first of all, I don't have a PC, but they're like, get a PC, your games will run faster and you can do all these like tricks with them and stuff. I'm like, look, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to play PC games, man. I just want to play games. Like, no offense to any PC players out there, but I don't see what the appeal is. Of course, you can use RTX graphics on there. Yes, you can like tweak the game and make it like run at 120 frames per second with 100 billion characters on screen, and doing all this cool stuff. Yeah, and then have the computer get super hot, and so you need to put an ice pack on it. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Shoot. And they keep on telling me, yeah, PC's better than a console, and I'm like, well, is your PC better than console? Well, one of the guys gets mad at me because all he has is a freaking Raspberry Pi, and the other guy, well, his computer can't even load freaking GTA 5, and so I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought, but anyways, like, I don't doubt that PC is much like technology wise, it's much superior to freaking console, and I get it, hey, we can play all the games on here, but can you do it legally? Can you do it without it glitching? Can you do it without having to tweak the settings? And plus another thing, look, I don't regularly watch gamers or anything like that, but when I see clips of like memes or whatever, or even when I just look at thumbnails and what all like the latest gamers are playing, and specifically PC players, the only things I ever see them play is first-person shooters or Minecraft. Like, literally, those are the only freaking games I see them play. And I'm like, yeah, I want to pay like thousands of dollars I want to pay thousands of dollars, the freaking build of this PC that only play like 2 types of games. Yeah, that's something I want to do. But whatever, though. I mean, whatever. To each their own. Just stop badgering me about PC, because again, like, I don't care about making the game run like super quick, with super high settings and all that. I just want to play a game. Like, I just want to play for fun, not not to just show off my technical balls and how they're more dominant than yours. But anyways. So I got the PSVR because there were so many games I wanted to play for it. And plus, I already got the console. I can already get all these exclusive games and stuff. And for the most part, there's also a lot of freaking games you can play on the Quest on the PSVR. So I'm like, hey, why the hell not? I get all this extra, content to go with it. Anyways, shoot. So, okay, so let me make one thing clear. I am so glad that I went to use the restroom before, playing VR, because, well, Iron Man VR, well, that wasn't gonna work because, that wasn't gonna work because, I didn't have the PlayStation Move controllers charged up yet. So the only other game I could actually play, or I actually really was anticipating to play, was freaking Resident Evil 7. And I've heard a lot of scary stuff about that game. Let me tell you what, there is a reason why, they say all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm only on like the second act, really. I'm really only on the second act of the game. And damn, I've been through some scary stuff already. Now, if I was playing the game normally, sitting on my couch with the standard controller, just looking at the screen, I mean, sure, I might get a couple of jump scares, but I wouldn't be as scared as I really wouldn't be like terrified of the game or anything like that. But it's an entirely different world. It's an entirely different viewpoint. It's a different everything when you play it in VR. Because I was just so immersed into it. Freaking like, I had, I'm over here turning my head, to get to where I need to go. So, and plus I'm also like kind of walking in place to kind of simulate that I'm actually there, and then like I'm having to look around, to see things around me, and I hear all these little sounds, with the freaking earphones and all that. I'm having to go through this damn like rundown house looking for a freaking looking for like my in-game wife, and it turns out, she becomes like possessed and stuff like that. She tries to kill me, and I'm over here freaking out because I'm like, God, with a few of the jump scares, damn, like they just happen out of nowhere. And in real life, freaking, I clench my fist and I freaking raise it up in the air. I'm like getting ready to punch, but I'm like, wait a second, this is not real. This is not real. And many times in the real world, freaking, I'm over here like stepping out of the play zone because I'm accidentally taking actual steps. And I'm like, damn, don't do that. You gotta remember, you're not actually here. But some of the parts that I've been through already do get really intense, and it's a real thrill ride. It's a real thrill ride, but it's freaking scary, especially if you're playing it in VR where you're actually inside the game, and no matter where you turn, you're still in it. You're still in this gosh freaking damn nightmare, and oh my god, ooh man, like yeah. And there's this one part. The part I'm actually currently on, freaking, so I'm getting chased around by this country zombie with a chainsaw because he's over here trying to kill me, and I'm over here trying to escape. And I have to collect things while escaping from him, and I have to lure him away from a door just to be able to get the key and unlock the door before he gets me. But damn, like I can't run too fast, but he can. But when he walks, I mean, he doesn't walk too fast either. But he can. He's slowly creeping up to me, and I'm over here like, oh come on, open up. Oh god, and he's over here freaking like getting me with a chainsaw like anytime I'm not looking. So I'm over here having to like block and hurry up and get past him. Man, like again, this is a totally different experience from playing with a regular controller, sitting your butt on the couch looking at the damn screen. No, I'm over here standing up and I'm in the game, and I'm over here trying to hurry up and get out of this freaking room so I can get away from this sucker. Oh my god, it's a whole different playing field, man. Like damn, and this was just a game that wasn't really like, or at least I don't think it was made for VR. It may just happen to be a first-person game that, hey, let's put a spin on it. Let's make it a VR. But I can't wait to actually get to the other like games that were actually made for VR, like Batman Arkham VR, freaking Iron Man VR, Rigs, damn freaking all these other games. And I'm really excited. That gets me really hopped up for freaking Skyrim of all things. Because damn, am I ready to freaking like slay all these dragons, get all this equipment, freaking fight all these enemies in first person, in the freaking world. Oh my god, is it exciting? Now, when I got home, I was going to just hurry up and just get on my headset and start playing, but I started doing other things. I started meme hunting on my phone, and then that thing ran out of battery. And then so I actually got a couple of deliveries today, some more VR games I ordered on the internet, and I'm over here trying to fit them on my damn shelf. And the problem is that I'm starting to run out of room. So either I have to get a brand new shelf, completely freaking completely compromise, everything I got going on over there for a new piece of furniture, or I gotta freaking, sacrifice a shelf, and that's what I had to do, so it took me time to do that. And the first game I actually immediately started playing was what's that game called? Marvel Alliance 3 for the Switch. It's a Switch exclusive, and that game is pretty damn fun. Problem is that I hadn't played it in a year, and I only started playing it again now because, well, again, originally I was playing Octopath Traveler, and I wanted to, beat that game. But I started playing this game, Marvel Alliance, again because, my boy Leslie, his birthday just recently passed on the 7th. And, so we're spending the day with him, and he gets Avengers, he gets a new Avengers game for PS4. And I'm over here like, hey, I kind of want it too, because, well, at first I didn't want it because I was like, Captain America looks dumb, I'm like, where the hell is Hawkeye? Why is Miss Marvel here? This doesn't make sense. And I'm like, whatever, it's just another game. But then I saw that it's just like Marvel Alliance 3. It is also an action RPG. It pretty much it's like a beat 'em up. And let me tell you what, it's been a good while since I played a good beat 'em up. Like literally the last time I played a beat 'em up was freaking I think Streets of Rage. Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 actually for the Sega Genesis. And the last time when I played that was like months ago. So having another good beat 'em up game, for a higher freaking powered console, it getting me all hyped up. It's getting me excited. Ooh, I'm kind of just dancing in my seat. But then that reminded me of Marvel Alliance 3, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play these two games side by side. I almost started a new campaign on freaking Marvel Alliance, but I was like, no, actually, I remember everything that went on. Like, as soon as the game booted up and I got to the chapter I was like, okay, yeah, I remember where I was at. I remember what went on. The only thing I didn't remember was the controls. I had to freaking fiddle around like an idiot, trying to refigure out everything. But it didn't take me too long, and I'm excited to play Avengers. But and the reason why I got it on the same day he did was because he mentioned that you can play the Avengers campaign, together, via co-op, and not just a local co-op, but over the internet co-op. So I thought, hey, that's pretty damn cool. I never really did anything like that before. I mean, I've played story games, that involved co-op. Hell, I remember playing the Mario games, with my family, and I remember playing some of the Call of Duty games, with some friends. Actually, I don't think we did the campaign though, so I don't think that counts. But you know what I mean. I have done that a couple times before, but this is on a bigger scale though, because the screen doesn't have to get halved. And plus we're not in the same room, so I'm kind of wondering how this is gonna go and all. And we're both experiencing our new game together in a new way. Damn, this is like exciting. It really is. But right now I'm more excited for PSVR because, again, I spent all that money on it, and freaking, I'm just so excited to be more immersed into more worlds. Like, it looks like it feels great. It feels awesome. Like like even for that one game alone, it was definitely worth it. Let me tell you what, it was definitely worth it. I am so glad I got it. I am so glad I got it and not freaking fell into the peer pressure of, everybody else of all their suggestions. Get it for PC, get the Oculus Rift, get the Quest, Well, why the hell are you getting PSVR? PlayStation sucks, you know that, right? No, man, whatever. Say what you want, say what you will, but I'm gonna stick to my guns, shoot. It's real good. It's really fun. It's really awesome. So here you are, last 7 minutes. What the hell am I gonna talk about now? I was actually surprisingly not as much as I thought it would be. Shoot. Well, I guess I might just end it a little early. Oh, whatever. Okay. Because I do want to play some more VR. So, oh yeah. Okay, let's wrap it up here. So, if you're making it if you made it to the end of this podcast, I would like to thank you for listening, to all the things I had to say, thank you for bearing with me, that little serious moment in the first half, and thank you for listening to what I had to say in the second half too. So, hey, you know what, keep on listening. I'm going to be recording every week. I might do like more little mini recordings. We'll have to see about that. But anyways, this is your boy Asiago on 3M Thoughts. Signing off. Have you a good one. Hell freaking yeah.
Oh, thank you.